One oil change mistake has done more damage to engines in my shop than any other single cause I've seen in 35 years of turning wrenches. And there's a very good chance you're doing it right now without knowing it. If you've got more than 60,000 miles on your engine, this video could save you from a repair bill that runs anywhere from $2,000 to $8,000, depending on how bad the damage gets. I'm going to walk through 5 mistakes I've personally watched kill engines, explain exactly what happens inside when you make them, and at the end, I'll tell you which one I'd fix first if you only have time to fix one thing after this video. Mistake number 1 is using the wrong oil viscosity. This one sounds basic, but it comes up in my shop more than you'd expect. Every engine has a specific oil viscosity requirement engineered into it. It's right on the oil cap, in the owner's manual, sometimes on a sticker under the hood. It might say 5W30, or 5W20, or 0W20. Those are not general guidelines. They are engineering specifications. The clearances between your engine's bearings, cam lobes, lifters, and timing chain components were designed to work with a specific oil film thickness at operating temperature. When you put 10W30 in an engine calling for 5W20 because it was on sale, you're running thicker oil that doesn't flow through tight oil passages fast enough on cold starts. Your bearings go without full oil pressure for the first 15 to 30 seconds every single time you start the engine. Do that for 100,000 miles, and you'll hear the results in the form of a knock that isn't going away. Always check your oil cap before you buy. Use exactly what it says. Mistake number 2 is waiting too long to change your oil. And I'm not just talking about blowing past the change interval by a few thousand miles. I'm talking about seeing the oil change reminder light come on and deciding you've got another month before you deal with it. Here's what that light is really telling you. Your oil monitoring system has already calculated that the additive package in your oil is degraded past its protective range. That light is not a warning that something bad is about to happen. It's telling you it's already past the line. The guys who see that light and put it off 2 or 3 more weeks are the same guys coming back to me with sludge packed into their intake runners and oil passages so restricted that the pump can't build normal pressure. When the oil change reminder comes on, change it within the next few hundred miles, not the next month. Mistake number 3 is never checking the oil level between changes. Modern engines consume oil. That's a normal fact of life with high-mileage motors and performance engines. A quart every 3,000 miles is not unusual and is not by itself a crisis. What is a crisis is an engine running a 1.5 quart low that the owner doesn't know about because he figures the shop topped it off at the last oil change and it'll be fine until the next one. Running low on oil reduces the oil pressure throughout your entire lubrication system. Think about it this way. If you've got 4 quarts of oil doing the job that 5 quarts should be doing, every oil passage and every bearing surface is getting less film pressure. I had a customer come in with a Silverado 5.3 that burned through 3 quarts between 6,000-mile oil change intervals for 60,000 miles without the owner ever checking the dipstick once. The rod bearing he blew could have been prevented with 30 seconds of his time once a month. Check your oil level monthly. Pull the dipstick. If it's at or below the add line, put a quart in before you drive another mile. Mistake number 4 is using a cheap oil filter. I understand the budget pressure. When you're at Walmart trying to hold the total oil change cost under $40, that $5 filter looks a lot better than the $12 wicks or the $14 Mobile One filter. Here's what I need you to understand. Your oil filter is not just catching visible chunks of metal. A quality filter is designed to trap particles in the 3 to 25 micron range. Particles you cannot see with the naked eye, but that are absolutely large enough to score your engine's bearing surfaces repeatedly over thousands of miles. Inside a cheap filter, the media is often more porous, the bypass valve spring is weaker, and the anti-drainback valve may not hold properly. A weak bypass valve opens prematurely under cold start pressure before the filter media is anywhere near saturated, sending unfiltered oil directly into your engine's oiling system, exactly when it is most vulnerable. I have cut open cheap filters mid-interval and found media that was already compromised and bypassing. Spend the extra $8 on a Wix, a Motorcraft for Ford trucks, an AC Delco for GM trucks, or a Mobile One extended performance filter. You already spent $30 on the oil. Don't cut corners on the filter. Mistake number 5 is hammering a cold engine immediately after startup. Picture your engine on a January morning in the garage. The oil is cold and thick, sitting in the pan. And the moment you turn that key, it takes time, 15 seconds, sometimes 30, for full oil pressure to build and for that oil to reach every bearing surface and every cam lobe. Modern synthetic oils flow significantly faster in cold conditions than conventional oil did in the old days, and that helps. But the protection window at startup is still real. The guys I see with premature cam wear at 70 and 80,000 miles are often the same guys who fire the engine and immediately back out of the driveway accelerating hard. Let the engine idle for 30 to 60 seconds before you ask anything of it. You don't need to sit for 10 minutes warming up. Just don't load the engine heavily in the first minute of operation. Now, if you only fix one thing after this video, here is the one I've seen cause the most long-term damage. Not the wrong viscosity, not the cheap filter. It's waiting too long on oil changes and ignoring the oil level. The damage from running degraded or low oil happens invisibly, inside bearing surfaces and cam lobes, long before you feel any symptom in the driver's seat. By the time you notice a knock or a lifter tick, the damage has already been done. Stay on your oil change schedule, check your level monthly, and those two habits alone will add 100,000 miles to the life of most engines. Check the description. I've linked every product I mentioned today, so you don't have to go hunting for them. The filters, the oils, and the best viscosities for common truck engines are all right there. Next time I'm comparing Royal Purple and Mobile One high mileage to find out which one actually belongs in a high mileage truck engine. Take care of your engine. It's the only one you've got. I'll see you next time.